Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Hawkeye, Season 1, Episode 2, Hide and Seek. The whole time I was like, where are we? What the hell?
That's a good song.
It's a very good song. I kind of love this show.
I'm so excited.
I'm surprised. So I have found the Disney Plus series to be a mixed bag, and we've largely been in the same boat where it's like, we really like the character work they're doing.
Yeah.
But my returns on the stories have been varied. Like, it's like,
yeah.
So far, I think Loki had the best story, and I think WandaVision had the best
character work. Yeah. I kind of wish the TV shows were just in between moments. I'm like dying for some in between moments where there's nothing life or death. You know what I mean?
People would hate. I mean, we would like that.
I would love that. I know there are other people like me.
People would hate that.
Who are like, let's just see Loki like going to get like an acai bowl or something. You know? I'm like, that's what I want.
Both of these actors are good and have really good chemistry. And I love Screwball, which is what this is.
Yes. Yeah.
But I should amend that I like good Screwball. And the fact that we'll probably say this in every episode, but Haley Steinfeld is doing such good work. There are hundreds of actresses who would have been cast in this role who would have not handled any of it.
Well, and that's the thing where I think she's such a good, not even a good find. She's been working for like over 10 years now. But she was such a good pick for this.
Well, she's not overplaying her hand.
She's not overplaying it. And there, very specifically, there is a moment at the beginning of this episode where Hawkeye tells her that they are called the Tracksuit Mafia. And she just pauses for almost 10 seconds. Goes,
Tracksuit Mafia.
That's their name? That's a little on the nose, don't you think?
And just her delivery of it is so spot on, so like exactly right that it just like makes me smile.
This is the type of character that could be easy to overcommit to. And it's like, because she has to be savvy. She has to have a mild chip on her shoulder. She has to be a little bit girl power. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, those are all qualities that are easy to overplay. And she's just not.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the girl power aspect of it specifically. I feel that energy from this show and the character of Kate Bishop, but she is not telling us that she has girl power. And I think that is the important part.
Well, and furthermore, I mean, she literally fell into the final scene and was like, whoops.
Oh, wow. Didn't realize we were supposed to bring guns.
And she also is not telling us she has a chip on her shoulder. At no point have the words, well, my dad died, so I'm pissed about it. And that's not come out of her mouth. Or like, my mom's engaged and she didn't tell me, so I'm pissed about it. None of that is happening.
she was at Jack's heels this entire episode. Yeah. But it was in a way where I'm on her side, and I'm not like, this bitch again. Yeah. With the there's something about it that's really, really working well, and she's making me like Hawkeye even more. And we said in our first episode that it was like guilty or like secret that I kind of like Hawkeye.
Yeah, we both do. I mean, I still think he should have been the one that fell off the cliff 100%.
Well, I even said there's something in this when he promised Lila he'd be back in 6 days. I was like, if they kill him in this show,
I swear to God,
riot.
Yeah, if they kill him now, after that, I'm going to be furious. Like, I don't even mind if he's just like a consultant for the Avengers going forward. But if they, like, he doesn't have to be like active duty. He's got the hearing aids. He's like, you know, a little past his prime.
I mean, yeah, I was like.
if they now kill Clint Barton, I'm going to be furious.
But it's like, I was really weirdly impressed with the entire LARPers segment.
So funny.
Because they weren't mocking them.
Yeah.
It's I am not a LARPer. I know. Shocking. Shocking to
you
all of you.
Would do it.
Possibly. Well, I think why not? I mean, the world sucks. Why not have fun? Like, why not? I mean, I am a bit of a Renaissance Fair person. Granted, last time I was at a Renaissance Fair, I think it was 2014.
Yeah.
But I like that. And I like that they handled it with this weird kind of like grace and dignity. And they made a handful of jokes at their expense.
But it wasn't necessarily at their expense.
They weren't the butt of the joke. Because the guy was like, this is the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
Like, Thanks for being cool.
But seriously, thank you. I owe you one. Like, this has been like the best day of my life.
I was watching this and I'm like, that is such a masterful tone that Jeremy Renner brought, where you could definitely tell that he was like annoyed and felt better than it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't from a judgmental place.
So it's just that he's like, you people are pretending to fight for your lives, which is something I have actually legitimately done for years.
But also, I think it was more that he had to play along.
Yeah.
Like, it was more that they were an obstacle and less that they were pathetic.
Sure, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Because all the jokes were mostly at Jeremy Renner's expense, just the fact that he was so over it and he was so ignorant of all of the rules and everything.
And also,
about
there have been plenty of Hawkeye jokes.
Yeah.
Even in this show in which he is the titular role.
And also so many, like two of the, like the one guy, what was his name? Grills. He was like, can I get your autograph? Like, I know who you are. This is like amazing. But even the like lady at the front desk was like, look, I know who you are, but like you have to play along.
You've taken both of them.
Yeah.
That with the braids, I think that's
Yeah.
just what they called her, like the braid guard or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's just gonna take a couple.
Hey, look, I know who you are, but most of those folks out there are firefighters and cops. And if you break the rules, it's gonna get real messy.
What are the rules?
She was so good.
Yeah.
That actress in this role.
So funny.
She was so funny. And I do love that where she was like, I know who you are. And it was kind of like, that doesn't matter here. We're all and just the notion where it's like he's like, no, I understand putting on a costume to fight.
To fight. I get it.
He was like, I get it. But her and then Grills, he was so cool to the point where I'm like, I want the two of them back in a pivotal moment in the final episode type thing.
Yeah, I think Grills should definitely be. Yeah.
I don't know that I'm not putting any money on it,
Sure.
but I would love that. And that's the kind of stuff where it's like we're comparing this to, this is unfair, but I'm going to do it. We're also watching The Wheel of Time right now, and we're having a hard time getting into it. I'm really going to give it a shot. But there's sort of everything that happens. I'm like, why? Why this? Why are we wasting our time with this?
We could also compare this to the House of Gucci, which I had the exact same problem with.
But with here, it's like I am actually enjoying every single little vignette. I'm enjoying the day players. I'm enjoying the like scenery. What?
The Tracksuit Mafia is hilarious. Hawkeye gets himself captured like Natasha used to do. And he is looking around. He's like, yeah, this place is great. It's not creepy at all. And the guys are like,
Hey, you kid. I know you kid. So don't kid, okay? Because it was getting very hard to find place. No? Old warehouses are being converted into lofts. So how can I get something better? No, come on, bro. But he's criticizing.
Okay. Look.
so funny. It didn't need to be that funny. And it is that funny.
This is a silly thing to say, but it's like, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Where it's like something like Falcon and Winter Soldier. In a general sense, I liked it, but there were so many points in the show where I was like, I'm watching this because I have to, not because I want to.
Yeah. That's the one specifically where I wanted more of the in-between moments. And I think it's actually the one where we got the most in-between moments because of all the like...
It had its charms.
Fixing the boat at Sam's
Anything that's going to give me Dora Milaje, I am completely for.
But it's like, don't you just wish that like Sam and Bucky and Io and one of the adore Milaje had just been like on a weekend trip to Ibiza? You know, don't you just wish they were, and like Zemo, they just all went to Ibiza to have a good weekend?
Somebody's kidnapped Paris Hilton.
You know?
Club Lush. Yeah.
That's just like, that's where I'm at with that. It's like, I want more of the moments where like we're having a barbecue at Sam's house. Like,
well, this is funnier. That was more the action show.
True.
And this is
funnier. This is,
and so
like
we're
you said,
getting
Screwball.
that.
But that's the thing, is like I live for the moments where Clint is on the phone with Laura and we can just see the kids making gingerbread houses.
It's the party scene in Ultron. It's like Ultron, I think, is one of the weakest of the Avengers movies. But the things about it that I like are that stuff.
Yeah.
Like them in the
party scene,
their formal wear.
The farmhouse scene. Those are the parts that make that movie worth it.
So you're still all in on Eleanor being a villain.
She's got to go.
Okay.
Her and
Gotta go or villain?
well, villain.
Okay.
Jack's got to go. Jack is the living worst.
I think that they're thinking that they're fooling us. I think that they want us to think Jack's the bad guy, and the reveal is going to be that it's Eleanor.
I think they're cahooting a little, but I think that she is way more nefarious than he is. She wore 3 different shades of blood red in this episode, so there's just no other way around it. She's evil.
I'm not fighting you at all. I didn't go quite in as
she's also got that blunt haircut and she's Vera Farmiga. What am I supposed to do?
Kate does not buy what Jack is selling and said as much
straight to his
with
face.
her full chest.
Yeah.
He's lying.
To be fair, I did downplay my skill and repeatedly lie about it.
She tried to stab you in the face.
No, I knew he would parry. What I was trying to do was prove that he is lying, which I successfully did.
You know, I think that he's mustache twirling enough that
I also loved the outfit she stole from her aunt. The like suit with the orange like embroidery.
Her mother was like, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, "An amazing suit."
That's an amazing brocade like sofa fabric
suit. It was
suit.
sort of a couture David S. Pumpkins.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was amazing.
They were looking for a watch in the first episode. Is that going to come into play anywhere or?
Well, the watch was in the auction. One of them has it. I think Clint or Kate has the watch.
Did Pizza Dog eat it?
I don't think so.
Okay. We didn't need to see it. I do appreciate it, but Pizza Dog was real dirty in the first episode, and he is squeaky clean.
He's fine.
And
it's his other eye.
I also really liked the hearing loss montage.
Yeah.
What happened?
Too hard to tell.
Because he's just like, there's no way of knowing which thing it was that made me deaf.
Always appreciated, always welcome Linda Cardellini. I'm not impressed with what she's doing so far.
I don't think that's a fault of hers. I think that's
she's veering into the like finger wagger by the fridge, housewife by the phone, like, which is not nagging.
Yeah,
but
she's like very supportive of what he's doing. So I would resist that.
So she does know though, what's going on, because she was kind of like hushing.
She was like, "Hey, so like, what's the play?"
So then, actually, I will completely rescind what I just said. I like that he's not having to hide this from her.
No,
and that she's not like, "You promised you were gonna stop this." No, because I actually take it completely back.
He literally was like, "I promised Lila I would be home for Christmas," and she was like, "Well, then you have five days to make that happen."
I think where I sort of made that jump judgment was just that she's by the phone.
She is the wife by the phone. She's not the finger wagging wife.
But I also, again, it's like I appreciate that she's not at war with him. It's like she dusted for 5 full years. She has made this bed. Well, like she is in on.
And that's the other thing too, because again, to bring this back to Ultron, which is where we get the most Hawkeye like stuff before now, is they have always felt like a unit. Like he does not keep secrets from her. He is always telling her where they are, what they're gonna do. And he made deals with Fury. It was him and Scott who made the house arrest deals.
You can't be with someone like this and be fighting them.
100%. No, but that's the thing is like, I always liked that it was him and Scott only who took these like house arrest deals, because they were just like, they have too much to lose. And because they are the only ones with families. Everybody else has like people they care about, but they have straight up families. And that's different.
I'm loving this. I want to watch the next one, and it's not there.
No, not for a couple days.
So we had the leader. It was a woman is the head of the
Yeah, I think you're right. It's this Maya. Her name is Maya Lopez.
That's actually how much I'm enjoying it that I had already forgotten. I was somewhat promised Yelena.
She is meant to be here at some point.
You talk about how we're going to get 5 minutes of Kiernan Shipka on Riverdale. We're going to get 5 minutes of Florence Pugh in this.
I do think we should double check the first 2 episodes, because I have seen some rumors on the interwebs that there are after credit scenes in episode 4.
Oh, okay.
So we should maybe just make sure there aren't any on these 2.
I feel like if there were, we'd know.
I think we'd know, but yeah.
So is there anything else that needs to be said about this one?
I don't think so. I'm really enjoying this too. I'm having a really good time. I think you're right. The fact that it's funny is really good. And also, it still for me is the lack of stakes, because it's like when WandaVision started, we were like, everybody in the world was like, what does it mean?
Mhm.
And now I'm just sort of like, it's a little silly crime show.
I think this one looks good. There's
good.
something about it where it's like when they cut to the scenes from the movies, it doesn't feel like
It doesn't. There's not.
I mean, this feels like a TV show
yeah.
in scale, but not in quality. In
Yeah.
a way that there's a handful of times that I've been like, I mean, overall they've been pretty good with that. So I'll take that off the table as well.
But there's not like a huge discrepancy between the quality of like the shots in this and then when they cut back to like the 2012, like because they're cutting
this is
back.
an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, they're cutting back mostly to the first Avengers movie. So yeah, but I dig it.
So all right, well, tune in next week or in a few days,
5 days,
and we'll watch episode 3 of Hawkeye.
Yay! Bye.